Instagram is promoting a page which has about services. See, that's true actually.
Okay.
We have seen that in that one page, and we initially started the chatbot service only for the one page, return page. We can see that engagement. We haven't used that service for leads and letters by then. Now we started using for that this page also. After seeing that works for that page.
Instagram is the primary base.
Right.
So mostly the 80 to 85% of the revenue comes through Instagram.
In a way, if you are running performance marketing campaigns or any ads for that matter, having good content in your page on a regular basis will reduce your overall spend.
Yeah.
So there is a metric called CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. So a good content will reduce the CPM very affordable. It will make it very affordable.
We started using Instagram seriously, posting stuff on Instagram from 2017. So it almost took us 3.5-4 years to know what is clicking for us. And for some weird reason, it was the dad jokes.
There is a saying actually, when friends become clients and clients
Yes.
a lot of us would have experienced it.
Yes.
So there are, a lot of people who we have met through Instagram. They would have been very genuine, followers and friends. So they would be the first person to come out and tell us, okay, now that you have launched this series, maybe why can't you try, this was.
So I have had a couple of people who have invested,
Okay.
who've I've known through Instagram.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Zoho SalesIQ's Actionable Insight series. Today, we're going to have a very interesting topic, Instagram. So I think Instagram needs no introduction. But we're going to find out how businesses are using Instagram for their marketing, sales, and support. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So I think Instagram was started as a photo sharing app. But then I think in 2016 or 17, they introduced Instagram for Business, where people started taking businesses to Instagram. And now I think it has become a major lead generation tool and a customer support tool for like all businesses. So I can just start a business today on Instagram directly. I don't need any other platform. So how do you guys see this evolution? So I think many of you have been part of the before part as well. So I think we can start with Raghav with the before part, and then everyone else can pitch in.
Right. So we started our business in 2013. Then Facebook was the major platform through which one can market digitally. So our marketing was completely on Facebook. Whatever we are doing right now on Instagram, we used to do the same things on Facebook. So we used to upload photos, videos and all that, and we used to run ads on Facebook as well. So that is how we started out, and that was very effective at that time. Eventually, say around 2014 and 15, we knew there was this paradigm shift where people started moving on to, say, Snapchat and Instagram and apps like that. Then there were other apps as well, which I don't think they don't exist now. There was a couple of live streaming apps. I forget their names. So there was that visible shift from Facebook to Instagram, and people who had adapted to Facebook found it easy to move to Instagram because they already had a fair idea of what was happening on the social media side. So we took to Instagram, say around 2016, where that is when the demographic change happened on Facebook. A lot of older people started coming on to Facebook, and then youngsters started taking to Instagram. So we, as a fashion brand, as a clothing brand, we had to make that move. And it was inevitable. It wasn't like we wanted to go to Instagram or anything, because when we started targeting people on Facebook through ads, it was completely a different demographic, and the ads did not work as well as it did before. So we were very much a part of that shift, and it took us a good 2-3 years to figure out Instagram also. It wasn't like once we moved to Instagram, we immediately were able to figure it out.
Right.
So we started, say around 2016, we started posting content, and we did not know content as we do today. It was completely different. We just made some creatives of the product and the graphic that went on the t-shirts. We used to post that and randomly give descriptions describing that graphic print. But then that is not how Instagram is today, right? You have a lot of new stuff coming up with the AI and all that. So for me, Instagram for us took off, say, around 2021. It took us a good 4 years to,
Wow. Okay. Settle down.
yeah, kind of figure it out and, milk it, so to speak.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, Keshav, your turn.
So basically, Lee Gibson Letters is basically a hobby turned business.
Okay.
So my wife started it as a hobby, did arts and stuffs to pay off her tuition or a few pocket money stuffs. Then COVID really actually helped us to transform our business. So before COVID, Amazon was already big, and they have made people used to the Amazon way of purchase, Amazon or Flipkart for that matter. So a lot of small businesses like us used COVID because irrespective of any business, no one can visit any shop or anything. So Instagram shopping or online shopping is inevitable at that time. So that took a lot of change in the buying pattern. And in my opinion, Instagram used to be a photo based app. Then it grew to be observing all behavioral patterns of the people. If some app is getting viral like TikTok, Dub Smash or something, it will observe, or they will have their own version of the feature, and that will be more stable in that app. That's why people adapted Instagram more quickly.
Nice. Okay. Madhi, your
Yeah, I actually, to be frank, more than Facebook or any other app, to run a business, Instagram is the right platform, I would say, because of the features that could offer, like shoppable post. Exactly. And you can post a particular product link in stories. Actually, to be frank, more than feed, stories works much better in the way, like in the point of sales. Actually, you could get more leads in stories. So the features that Instagram could offer, that is what plays a very vital role in to run a business.
In my case, so typical like the personal account that we all have. So I just randomly created a new page and posted, few doodle artworks of mine just for fun. And then, people started liking it, one shared to another. And, it reached people, basically the visibility happened. And one random day, someone would have texted me asking for, if you could do the same thing for me, but more in a customizable way. So no fancy e-commerce site, just a post, just a DM, but with trust. So that's how the conversion of a hobbyist to a solopreneur happened. And I see Instagram as more of a dark window where you can narrate a story. Not just, posting pictures, but you can share your content, what happens behind the scenes. It's more of a storytelling to me of my journey, of my art journey. And that had definitely helped me to become run a small business right now.
nice. Okay, great. So we saw about how Madhi's hobby or Subiksha's passion has turned into a complete, a serious profession, and how Instagram has played a key role to it. So now when we talk about business and when we talk about strategies, then we really have to talk about numbers. So we can't miss that part. So talking about numbers, so any of you can, share maybe a percentage or maybe a range of how Instagram has helped your businesses grow your revenue or your sales?
Yeah, for me, Instagram is the primary base.
Right.
So mostly the 80 to 85% of the revenue comes through Instagram. So the major elements would be for me in terms of workshop registrations or mural artwork queries or say art commission. So majority of the elements would come through Instagram, and it happens directly via DM or say stories or sometimes through mail. So this is the majority chunk.
Nice. Okay. Madhi?
Keshav.
Keshav.
So,
Okay.
For us, it's 85 to 90% majorly from Instagram.
Okay.
And it depends on season also. For generally 90% we get our sales leads and traffic from Instagram.
It's a non-season.
In non-season time. If it is on season, then we will have a lot of buyers with search intent. They will search for, let's say, Valentine's Day season. They'll search for gifts for my boyfriend, or
Right.
so the search happens in Google. Then they will find our website or Instagram page. Instagram majorly acts as a social proof for them. So then they will start DMing or comment and stuff. So on an average, 85 to 90% we get our sales and traffic from Instagram.
Okay, great. So I just wanted to ask this question here to both of you, maybe because you guys have a website and an Instagram channel. So do you really think a business should have like a website and an Instagram channel today, or just with Instagram? I think we are good today.
See, technically, we need both actually, because Instagram don't have all the features that we can integrate with post purchase buyer experiences.
Right.
Let's say notifications or no shipping tracking and everything. So a website will have all those integration, or we can customize it.
Okay.
And we can't cater to all the people who comes to our DM and asking. For example, if we are getting 200 leads a day, so we may not, like, it's humanly impossible for us to respond to all of them. It's easy for them. It's very convenient for them to go and check the website to know about the price range. And once they place the order, they get the order ID and they get all the details how to proceed further. Everything is there in Instagram. Website for them to track their product. So website, it's necessary, I would say.
Okay. But Instagram is also giving us good numbers. We
Yeah,
could say-
Instagram can give us the lead.
Okay.
To cater them, I guess we should have website.
Website.
And also it depends on the number of products. If you have a lot of products, for example, we keep launching around 12 to 15 products every month. And so if you're going to keep stacking it up, I don't think Instagram is an ideal way to purchase.
Right.
I'm not really sure about, because a lot of business has been happening on Instagram as well with respect to women's wear and all that. People are just running their businesses with WhatsApp and Instagram. They kind of send their catalogs and BMs, and then but like she said, it's easier if you have a platform where people can come and purchase even without them getting in touch with you. They just go on the site and they make the purchase and then they leave. It's not necessary that they'll have to come to you and DM you and ask for details or whatever.
Okay.
So, and it also depends on the number of products that you launch. If you have a huge amount of collections that you want to display month on month, so that I think only website would help you do that, or at least facilitate it in a better way.
So we can call Instagram as a good lead gen tool.
Exactly.
Instagram still have few options. It's not rolled out in India yet, but they have shop options. But it is one-click shoppable solution. It won't replace a website or any other sales channel per se, but it will act as it will help in impulse buying, or click to buying CTA. That distance it will get reduced if they roll out that.
Subiksha, you have a Instagram only business.
Because mine is more of, considering I'm doing it as a small scale, that is one. And mine is more of talking to people, getting their requirements,
Right.
and it's more of customizing their story. So my type of work typically deals with mail or Instagram. So that works best for me. And right now I don't see any urgency in creating a website. But of course, in terms of making products and making if the use case is gonna different, then of course the website would be essential.
So
Yeah.
Alicia, that Bangalore-based
Yes,
ruler,
Souza.
yeah, she has a website, is it?
Yes. She has variety of products like blinders, everything. So, again,
So
use case
maybe
different,
that be the next step.
Yes. As he said, they, that is a different story of where they launch products based on season, like newer planners, newer calendars, diaries. So they work completely for the entire year, and by end of year, they launch, numerous products, and they collaborate with other merchandise partners. So for them, website is their crucial.
But in your case also, you would be looking to start a website, right?
Yes,
At some point.
definitely.
That is your...
The more products as I bring in. Right now, I'm not focusing more on online because because I'm not doing it full time. But for me, I do it a lot of offline based. I go for pop-ups. I collaborate with other brands. I put up a stall. So this is something that I'm looking currently at a smaller scale, considering my bandwidth. But as you take it full time, of course, website will be essential. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So I think we can safely say that Instagram is a good lead gen tool, but we do need to have a website as we scale up, right? So I think we're a little off topic, so we'll come back to our Instagram now. So I think we all spoke about a lot of content, putting out products and all of that. So coming to that content part, so definitely, I think a lot of thinking and a lot of ideation should be going into all our posts. So, even for us, even as a B2B business, when we put out an Instagram post, we put in a lot of thought and ideation. So, you guys having your main channel for business, so what do you guys think about content creation and ideation? What is typically the process that you guys have?
Content creations work.
Content creations are, so we start with
So content, actually we have to, it's a lot, posting lots of behind the scenes, and we have to have a strategy and storytelling method. End of the day, people have to, they can relate to the post to buy the product. So I would say we have to be a storyteller, we have to be a content creator, and we have to be a seller also.
Nice.
It's a not just double task, it's a triple task.
I know, and that comes to your joke reels that you guys do, your Angi. So
End of the day, they should not laugh and go. They have to
exactly,
buy.
they have to buy. So how do you convince that audience to buy?
So the joke content was just a shot in the dark. We did not, we did many things. Like I said, we started using Instagram seriously, posting stuff on Instagram from 2017. So it almost took us 3.5, 4 years to know what is clicking for us. And for some weird reason, it was the dad jokes. Because what we do and what we give out as content is completely different. So we tried to do a lot of things, 100 different things. Some things we haven't posted on Instagram. Some things were even more cringe than the jokes. And it was so...
Actually works, so
What? Cringe works. Yeah, cringe works.
I think we have experience in that.
Yeah. So we did a lot of things, and this is what stuck with people. Like she said, people come to Instagram or social media to get entertained more than anything. And if I am just going to show them my product and say, buy this, buy this, buy this, I don't think they're gonna purchase. I think there has to be some sort of value addition on the content that you give. So the value addition can be anything. It can be informative, it can be entertaining, it can be whatever. But there has to be some sort of value. So if I'm just showing this t-shirt and I'm asking them to purchase it, even if it's a very good good looking t-shirt or if it's of high quality, I don't think people are eager to make that purchase unless and until you tell them a story or you tell them something that is about the t-shirt which is unique. So for me, we tried that as well, but it was more like selling the product.
Right.
So when we started doing those jokes, we did those jokes because that is how we converse in real life. So that is our between our friends and all that. So when we just posted a couple of them, it took off. So we thought we'll just hold on to that for dear life. And
This was this is he is doing really good content that is also helping people to him to humanize the brand. So instead of the customers thinking that okay, this is some brand with a logo as an image, they get to relate the brand with him and the jokes and the content. So then they are like, okay, we can easily approach. So instead of going through the whole lot of customer support loop,
Conventional.
then this is basically helping him to humanize the brand. And
but you should also note that it say if one reel goes for 1 million views, has 1 million views, it doesn't really convert into sales, not even a percentage of it. So our strategy was to pull in followers using the joke as a bait, And then once we have a set of followers, we'll show them our product. So it helps in personal branding also, like you said. So I also put up a lot of pop-up stalls and all that. So when I go to the stalls and when I interact with people, they're like, hey, நீங்க தான அந்த joke சொல்ற பையன். I'm like, okay. Yeah, so whenever I put up a stall or interact with people, in fact, before the T-shirt or even the brand name, they identify with the person.
Sometimes your content should not overshadow your project. Like works
Exactly.
also,
Yeah, I was
right?
coming there. Exactly.
That's where people
yeah.
get distracted and just watch the reel and then go.
They go off. Yeah.
That's why, like we say, like not all the followers are buyers. Not all the views can convert into
The
sales.
balance is very important.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we can't wait and see the product should speak for itself. The owner has to take the effort to appear on the reel. That's where the trust builds actually. He's showing our face, people could relate to it, and emotional content. Everything is very important to convert the views into sales.
Because become the influencer for your own
We
brand.
have to. I don't think any influencer can speak for your product better than you.
Actually, content will, in a way, if you are running performance marketing campaigns or any ads for that matter, having good content in your page on a regular basis will reduce your overall spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is a metric called CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. So a good content will reduce the CPM very affordable. It will make it very affordable. So we have during few seasons or the viral moments we had, our cost monthly ad spend have reduced approximately 40-30% easily. So that is a really good if we can crack that and consistently do those viral moments, nothing like it.
Yeah. So you get to reach a larger audience, I guess, organically. Like you said, organically.
That's
you
where
get to
the
reach them.
pressure builds. We have to create content for ads. We have to create content to get the engagement. We have to content to get to make the engagement convert into sales. It's a double pressure again.
Yeah, I know.
No, I want to keep the ad spend low as possible, and I will push her to create more content.
Right.
Yeah.
I think ideating that is the most difficult part, I guess. That
yeah.
even we guys face a lot of
Correct.
difficulty with that.
Because the content that we create for the entertainment, we can't use that for ads.
Correct, true. Yeah, that will not work. Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Subiksha, you have a personalized product. So, I mean, how do you differ from that? Because you already have a personalized product. So, how is your branding or
So
engaging?
typically people resonates with story. So as they all said, storytelling or narrating part is always the key how you project in terms of Instagram platform. Like apart from art, I have learned it in the hard way, but the balance is very important. Like more. So initially I was very clueless on what to show to the people who comes to my platform. So having that balance of not only showcasing your artwork, the final outcome, but like showing also the behind the scenes, the time lapse of the evolution of the art, what had been the draft version, what had been my thought process of seeing that artwork, how do I make it into a final thing, and also the delivery part, what kind of safety checks we do. So these all, people, seeing this will create a trust factor, and also they start doing a little bit of engagement. So last year, I was off from the grid for almost 6 months, six or plus, and then I wanted to come back again posting. And then first I wanted to build a consistency. I wanted to cultivate first the consistency. So I took up this 30 days or the monthly showing, even daily, posting a reel of my art journey. So out of content, what I did of not posting my artwork, I started posting a lot of time lapse, a lot of mess up works, a lot of unfinished works, and a lot of work in progress, which I didn't even know will people like it or not. But there had been a lot of DMs, people, very beginner artists who have reached out telling, hey, I really like this, or the vulnerability and the rawness that you exhibit. People like it, or people need those kind of content. As they correctly said, they need some entertainment fun, and also they need some learning, or they are looking out for some product. So we always need to have a mix of all. So that's how I see it. More of a storytelling plus a balance of your main product.
Okay, so I think the authenticity matters also. Instead of having a very glossy marketing thing,
Correct.
maybe like she said, the real picture that happens behind the work that you guys are putting out actually matters a
People
lot.
has to understand the effort that goes behind to create the product.
Yeah.
That's where they get convinced to get the product.
Right.
The more real, content you give, the people will connect deeper.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think there definitely goes a lot of work into ideating the content. So when we put out a content, we definitely have to gauge the performance as well. So that comes to the growth strategy or the growth part of what we put out as content. So that includes ads as well. So we also have to put out proper content for the ads, because that also has to eventually work and do the numbers for us. So coming to that part of the content, what do you guys think, or how do you guys do that part? Raghav, we'll start with you.
Content ads, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously we won't be able to run ads on the jokes.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So what we do is, that is the part that we have lately figured out. So like as I said, we reel in followers using the jokes, and then we show them the product. That we've kind of evolved. Earlier we just used to make creatives of our products and run ads, and that is pictures. Now then there was carousels and all that. So now we do a combination of videos and carousels and standalone creatives as well. So for us, mostly ads are a hit or miss these days. And since the Facebook days, like I told you, that's how we started our online marketing. Since the Facebook days, the customer acquisition cost has gone up, I would say at least 10 to 15 times. If we had to spend 1 rupee on selling one t-shirt, now we are spending around 15 to 20 rupees easily. And it's very evident for us, and most of our cost, that is marketing cost, gets stuck in ads. So we are trying to figure out an alternate method to it, because like I said, ads are hit or miss, depends on the season, or depends on the product, depends on how we are putting the product out, what kind of creative you're coming up with. So it depends on a lot of factors. You can't just put out an ad and say that it's going to work. Just like content.
But there has to be a difference in the way you ideate content also, because like she said, organic content has become more of branding content. But when it comes to ads, you really have to put serious thought into how your product is going to be projected in the ad, because ultimately we can't do branding content, or like he said, the joke content cannot be put out as an ad. So how do you guys go about that before we come to the growth part?
Creating a content is a part of strategy also. I make sure to show my team, show my office. I would never take a fancy video showing a different space to keep my products and show it like as fancy as possible. I just show the raw thing. My office is a mess actually, because we curate products for each and every customer. It's not a mass production. For each customer we make from the scratch. Of course, if you see the space where people paint, where people create a craft, we can't clean the office often. I show the product as it is. I show my office as it is. So, I believe one thing: if you show your product in a fancy setup and create a very beautiful video with using like models and all, I feel the people would just run away. Seeing that, people can't relate to it. And so I make sure to tell the story of each product, why we actually curated this product. For example, we have sonogram frame. I tell why it's very important. For each product, we have story behind it. For each product, I make a separate reel of that product and actually showcase to my audience. So that works better. Instead of just showing the product and in a fancy setup, I talk about the product. How we are making that product. Why do we have to make that product? Why do people have to get the product?
So you do this even for an ad?
No, actually it's for the content.
Okay.
From there, we create like for a ad, actually we have to take only 50 seconds. That Keshav can talk about.
Okay.
Ad is much tougher. So we'll have to cramp intro, interest, and the CTA's call to action. So all in that 15 seconds time frame if we are running any story ad. Even if we have longer format ads, but it won't perform as much as we expect. So ideal to stick to the 15 seconds. And we don't have that much duration space to tell our story. So majorly it's like, come see this product, buy it. That's how we can say, and platform is built that way. But in that 15 seconds, first 3 seconds, we will have to capture the attention. The hook should be there, or else people won't, engage. And we can't use the hook video again. So if you are seeing the same ad again 3 times, 4 times, then the people will skip it immediately. So what algorithm sees that is, this is not interesting, they are skipping.
Okay.
So we'll have to trick the audience and the algorithm to stay afloat in the ad business. Basically, I can speak from a brand perspective. Also, I'm a digital marketer, so I can speak from an ad specialist perspective. So most of them get confused because since I'm spending so much, we can expect so much sales or not. That's how brands are expecting. That even the platform can't promise, like Meta or Google can't promise that. So they are giving a visibility that is calculated by CPM and other metrics. So they're only promising visibility. If you are as interesting as you say, then you get more visibility for the lesser cost. If your content is boring, then you will be charged more for showing the same content. That's how your content cost or the ad cost also goes up. And people won't rewatch. We don't watch ads again and again, right? So we'll have to cap the frequency, and we'll have to target very particularly. And in this like in the last 6 months, there are a lot of Instagram businesses who are running ads with knowing or without knowing the actual targeting features. So in that way, we'll have to fight with those bids also. Then that's actually recently it's getting very tough to run Instagram ads and business same time. As he rightly said, it's 15 times more. We are also facing the same issues.
Right.
So we don't have an organic method to crack it. As of now, we don't have an organic method, because Instagram is basically monopoly of the vertical video space. So they won't. They will have to milk the attention that they have right now. Back when we had TikTok, it was very easy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, by the time they were going to launch the TikTok ads here, TikTok got banned, and we were not able to use it. To simply put, so if we have to, the long format content should be as interesting as possible. We can stitch it in a 15-second version, and with a CTA we can make something.
Great. Okay. Your
Even
thoughts?
Instagram has come up with like if the reel is more than 50 seconds, we can't expect more engagement from that. People's attention span has come down.
True,
We
that's
have
very
to
true,
make
yeah.
that 1 second video and all it got really viral.
True.
How do we have to show the product in 1 second? It's a tough task actually. Yeah, it's over. By the time we show, it's over.
Yeah, the attention span. So like you said, people just scroll and they just forget the feed or the reel and they just move on to the next one. That's it. So we forget it in a second.
See, at the same time, we are saying we have very less attention span, and we are at the same generation who do binge watch videos.
True.
So it's not about the attention span, it's about the quality of content and how they can relate to it. So we have less attention span because they are not able to relate to it. And we should not pray for more views or more engagement. Okay, we should pray for more engagement from the right people. Let's say someone who is not my audience is engaging with my content because of some other reason, because of the person appearing on the video or some other reason. So we won't have the right niche audience following us. Retargeting will get difficult, or the algorithm will get confused and it will start showing the ads to some random person. So that won't.
I go behind ads to majorly attract people to get registered for my workshops. Unlike products,
Okay.
this is more of a service that I need to attract people for. So what kind of content you give it in ads is very, very crucial. So this is where I can't simply, of course I can simply go and tell people what they'll be expecting as a takeaway. But apart from that, this is where I need to leverage the user generated content, the testimonials from previous workshops, or some cuts of people interacting with me, or more on what they have done in the previous workshops, what kind of artwork they have made, how it had been easy for them to do, in a universal spectrum, basically. And also, you posting your, attendees' outcome or their testimonial will also help you promote your workshop organically too. So majorly the primary step that I follow is first organically I promote it in my page, in my stories, DM, and the usual method. So that itself will help me get my half of my target, and then I go, so I know my limit, what is actual the balance. So I run ads accordingly. I will have the control to turn on and off once I get closed.
So we're talking about these ads and content and all of that. So I think we should also move, once we run ads and we have people coming in, we'll also be getting a lot of DMs, a lot of queries, on your ads or on your products. They might have come and visited your profile and everything. So how do you handle those DMs, or how do you engage those prospects, if we can call them prospects? So how do you engage them, or prospective leads?
Earlier we used to do it manually, completely manually. So we'll have to comment them and initiate the DM, then interact. So it took the response time was at least 20 hours for us to comment, and they have to be active, and average response time is 20 hours in a day. So that kind of scared, or people might have forgot our page, and we will have to remind them again. So now we are using a lot of chat bots that very instantly it will initiate a conversation, and it will provide all the basic details. So for questions or details that a bot can't provide, so then we need to interact manually. A human interaction is needed. Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, like we spoke, we have a website for them to come and purchase, and mostly we promote our website a lot on social media. So there's comparatively less interaction with the customers, because they know what to do. Like they know that they'll have to go on the site and purchase if they like anything. So they automatically do that. We also get a lot of inquiries with respect to customization and all that for t-shirts. So in that case, people come to our chats. And also if there's a product that's not available, or if there's an issue with the size or grievance or whatever, only then people want to DM us. So we've been doing that manually. We have a team because since it's a grievance sort of thing, mostly it'll be either customization or an inquiry. So on Instagram, we have not had any sort of chatbots.
As we discussed, the people's attention span has come down. If we don't respond in an hour, automatically they're coming and giving negative comments saying that you are not responding, there is no proper customer care team, and we get lots of negative review if you don't respond in 2 hours.
Yeah. To her point, whatever inquiries about the business that I get, if I'm not responding, she said 3 seconds. You said 3
That's
seconds.
from the chatbot. The first round, the chatbot can respond in 3 seconds.
Okay.
But if we don't respond, if we don't have chatbot, if just people are coming and even the people can just simply comment PP. If we don't respond to that PP itself,
So
they'll just give
the conversion, when you attend to customers immediately, there's a lot of scope for conversion, because people tend to change their minds, and also when they approach us, they'll be in a dicey situation. They'll be like, do we need to really buy this or not? I kind of like it. Do I really get it? So once you respond and kind of answer their questions and convince them, not like sell it to them, just be kind enough and be attentive enough to them, they kind of more often than not go for the purchase.
Yeah.
So it's that I've observed, that if you respond immediately and you tend to their needs and answer their questions at once, the conversion is better. Rather than waiting for an hour or 2 hours and then getting back to them. They'll be minding their business, and they'll have to come back, and some people don't even remember what they
That's
asked.
what Keshav was
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah.
So the attention span in that case is very less. So it requires immediate attention to convert.
See, in this quick commerce era, so people need everything quick. So if we are not responding, let's say someone who's made a purchase, and it's not a working time right now. Okay, if they don't get a response immediately, then they will go. They will start panicking, commenting, reviewing. So that we can't control. So brands like Amazon or any other big brands, they have round the clock customer support team. They can at least respond something. So it's definitely for a small business or a solopreneur, it's very important, because at least there is a end point where we can direct the customers. Okay, if you have some concern or anything, you can raise a mail, or that kind of redirection is also very critical, because we have faced a lot of issues. As Madhi said, if we are not responding to the comments or anything, we will the next time we will get a bad comment or review. Also, for a small team, we if someone, like, let's say I'm the user, I'm commenting or DMing on Instagram. If I'm not responding, the brand is not responding for the next 20-30 minutes, I will go call them up. I'll go WhatsApp them. I will go reach out to them in other channels. Then 4 different team members has to answer the same question, and same answer, more or less same answer will be given. So it is kind of a duplication of efforts if you are not responding or sorting that issue on the same platform. And right now with it's, I don't know if it is a boon or it's going to create an issue, but people are not searching for a product, going to a website or searching right now. That is a new behavioral pattern we are seeing. So they'll have to get the details then and there in the comment or something.
Okay.
Because let's say if a website has more than 100 SKUs, they can't actually search for it. They have to remember the name, and that is a confusion. Right now, the chatbots that are available are helping in a way that if they just comment there, they will get the details in the DM.
Right.
So that is helping, and that is
Yeah,
helping
exactly.
everyone to scale.
True. If I'm posting a photo box video, if someone is just commenting PP, the chatbot would give the exact product link.
True.
That
yes.
can avoid lots of unnecessary chats again. And one more thing is, like, it's maintaining a work-life balance. As Keshav said, if people are like very used to Amazon calling customer care even at 11 p.m. So the same thing had happened to us also, calling at 11:45 and shouting us not responding. So chatbot, if we have a chatbot service, at least the chatbot message can, like, after 10 p.m. you have to respond this to the customer. If we can initiate such thing, a chatbot would say to the customer, like, in the next 24 hours we will get a reply. And then maybe they will be a little relaxed. Otherwise they just call it and like 10:45, 11:45. We have seen that kind of customers
It
also.
might not solve the whole issue,
But
but
at
it
least
will
we-
contain the issue for the next support executive to respond.
So it is very necessary. If you are just having a vision towards a business, you should have this.
So it's a mix of it helps in sales, and also in support in a lot of way. And certain aspects right now it's helping more in engagement also. So if you are responding faster, it increases your engagement rate, overall
True,
engagement
we have
rate.
seen that.
Uh-huh.
Right now we have 2 brands in Instagram. One is completely steroid or ad steroid based, and we are running a lot of ads. The other brand, we are not running as many ads as we do, but that is getting more engagement, more followers, very fast growing, because the engagement rate is also high.
Yeah, if you can immediately respond to the comments, the particular reel would go viral actually. That's we have seen that brand, like, in a span of 2 months we hit 50K. So that's really helping us a lot.
But it is not completely, it's not eliminating the human effort from it, but we'll have to be as fast or as available as a bot is doing. So
Instagram is promoting a page which has the bot services. See, that's true actually.
Okay.
We have seen that in that one page, and we initially started the chatbot service only for the one page, retentive page. We can see that engagement. We haven't used that service for leads and letters by then. Now we started using for that this page also, after seeing that works for that page.
True. Okay, that's interesting. Even I didn't know that. Okay, that's pretty
First with like what you actually give to your queries makes them feel heard. So that is very important how you put it out, whether you customize it or whether it is very robotic. So that makes them feel heard, and the conversion, typically depends on how we respond them. And I usually get queries both in mails and in my DMs. But the waiting time for mails, typically the human behavior would be lesser. But in DMs, people instantly they require the reply. So mine, I have not integrated with any tools. It's completely manual, and I usually check within a day, almost say 4 to 5 hours. I try to get back to them, but there have been cases where I have not been. Um, but just to make the process little more ease, I know the type of questions that I get. So mostly I go for very quick save replies, like kind of the queries would be mostly on the timeline or mostly on the pricing, mostly on the product quality kind of questions. So I have typical template, but not to make it very robotic, I kind of customize it. So that is something that I do. And also considering my bandwidth and also me doing it at a small scale, I categorize it into seasons. Like, of course, I have two categories of segments. One is on the product and one is more on the service workshop thing that I do. So, and of course, on the art commissions, that is my major revenue. So, I plan my products or the selling majorly for a season. So, I take one. So, say for the first 4 months, I work heavily on products. And for 1 month, I will dedicate my platform for featuring my products. So I know, so this is going to be my 1 month time where I will have sufficient bandwidth, so I can get back to my queries, and then I'll switch back again to commissions phase or workshop phase. So this is currently helping me to balance the load and also a good supportive response.
In the business perspective, if we can add one point, we can cut off the labor charge actually. For that business, like return gift business, we get, as I told you, 200 to 300 leads. It's humanly impossible for us. Even if we assign a team member, they can't finish it off.
Correct.
But chatbot can finish it off within 2 hours actually.
True. Yes, that's majorly why we wanted to ask about the DM part, because we run ads, we've spoken about running ads and everything. There definitely be like a couple of DMs getting flooded in our inbox. So that being the case, we definitely need a bot, or like you said, the first line of communication can safely be a bot so that customers or prospects are not frustrated, and then we can go and handle the rest of the queries. I think now we've spoken about ideating content, running ads, getting the leads into our DMs. So I think the next step would be nurturing them. So we will have to, especially when you run a personalized brand like yours, you will have to customize or hear every query that the prospect might have, very patiently attend all your DMs and then try to convert them. So that has to be even more challenging. Both I think Madhi also can pitch in. So that being the case, how do you handle the nurturing stage?
Yeah, so there are multiple use cases. The first one is the positive flow, like a conversion that is happening into a sales. So that will get into a positive way. But there would be cases where people just check on your personalization, the pricing, the timing, or there would be genuine cases where we would not be able to sign up for the timeline, but they would still be a potential client for you. Like they like your art style, they still want to do get something from you. If not today, they might come back again for their wedding invitation, for any other customization works. So it should not be more of a way where you go back to them and run and chase for a sale, but it should be in a way where you keep them engaged in your stories, post content, or share any exclusive updates. So basically, the engaging part also comes in here. How you keep your page engaged with your new followers, how is your highlights being properly categorized, whether it tells them the service or the takeaways from your page. So that needs to be done. And I would say it's fine to give a friendly nudge to check on them if they are still interested in. Of course, that depends on the use case, but making them engaged and giving them the space without any pressure to take a decision would help them retain.
Yeah. Okay, and convert as well.
Yes. That will happen over time, but whether you make them retain for now is the very important thing.
Yeah.
So basically, nurturing is a different ballgame. I am not expert in it. So, but end of the day, for me, it's numbers. So let's say we'll have to humanize it as much as possible and slight, subtle notification, sales notification, or reminding them that the cart is waiting or something like that. We'll have to do. But for a scale, we can't personalize and nurture them very. We can't give that much attention as Subiksha would give, or and I guess for Raghav also it's the same thing. So if there is a standard product, if you are going to buy and you have questions in that, we can answer it. But nurturing at scale is definitely a tedious task. If the ticket size is less, let's say if it is a car sales or a big ticket product, then we can take more effort or put more manpower in getting it converted. If it is a small ticket or a small cart value, then we can't spend that much on one customer. That will increase our CAC to a very phenomenal level, and we don't want that to happen.
We have website where we have mentioned the price, product picture clearly, size, and like number of photos to be added in that particular price. All the details would be there in the website.
Okay.
Even after checking the website and product, if the customer is not willing to respond again, sometimes we may not just go and ask multiple times again, because they know the product price, size, and everything. The second round of approach would be giving discounts, whether they want discount. We have to understand why they are not ready to buy. If it's the budget issue, we can negotiate a little bit. We have the second round of follow-ups where we can give discounts. We can do such things. If it's a big project like a live wedding painting or like wedding events, we do wedding events also, live wedding painting. If it's a big budget, we actually do multiple follow-ups. We would ask, we can do customization accordingly to perfect, we do personalized customization, especially for them to cater the particular product. So there we spend more energy and time to convince the audience, because if it's a budget, we have to go multiple levels of negotiations. If it's just a 500 rupees product, we can't do that much, because everything is already there in that website. True. But for big projects, we take extra mile to go.
Lots of feedback based products we make. So basically people keep asking stuff depending on the season. So if it's winter, they want hoodies or full sleeved t-shirts. If it's summer, they want something else, athleisure, sportswear. So we get a lot of feedbacks as well. We get a lot of queries with respect to a product category. People will be like, you've been doing a lot of t-shirts. Why don't you try shorts? Why don't you try track pants? So people come up with their own requirement and ask us to incorporate that requirement in our product line.
Catalog.
So sometimes they like, we tried out your t-shirts, we liked it so much, why don't you come up with this thing that I want? So I keep traveling, so can you make hoodies for us? Can you make, not just customized, in general. So we take our feedback seriously, because that is the make or break. Because even the aesthetics of the products, the color palettes, the whatever, we as a fashion brand, we are entitled, or we are bound to stick to trends. Because if we do not stick to the trend forecast or whatever, it is difficult as a fashion brand to be pertinent to that time. So but certain trends won't work everywhere. So mostly in that case we go with the feedback.
Okay.
So and so far it's mostly been feedback, and also you just have to keep an open mind and listen to what people say. That's how the nurture in the true sense of the word. Yes.
I think we've answered this question in a lot of ways, but I will still want to hear it directly from you guys. So, customer support. So, we have leads coming in. We've spoken about nurturing, converting them, retaining them, getting feedbacks and all that. But when it comes to customer support, I think Instagram is also becoming one of the main channels for customer support, especially for businesses or even for businesses who have other mediums to contact. Instagram is becoming a major medium because, like we earlier spoke, it's about humanizing. So I know that there is a person behind this brand. If I go and give them a DM or leave a DM, someone is definitely going to come and solve my issue or answer my question. So how do you guys think that customer support is being shaped up by Instagram these days?
So the typical kind of queries you get itself will not be, questionable to a brand. The type of questions that I get mostly will be like, it will be more personalized. Hey Subi, I saw this reel.
Right.
I saw this, you have done this customization to somebody, would you be able to do? So already they would establish a connection or emotional connect. So it would be easy for me to take it up, but the majority of the cases. And of course, that's when the positive flow will occur, and then there would be cases where people would still be interested. But how do you engage them, keep them engaged? And there are also cases where people won't, make a sales, but they will be a very good, support. From them, you'll get a lot of other referrals. So that had also been happened. And all cases, or be it product or be it any commission that you do, it won't go in a positive way. I have seen cases where the frame would have got broken. It would be a genuine, delayed delivery cases. But how do we handle the complex situation? How do we put it out in your stories, being little vulnerable, sharing it, what had exactly happened? So that would give people a little bit of trust. And instead of being little shy, also sharing the negative cases that would happen also help me, because I have been a case where I only project the positive flows or just the good, honest testimonials. But there had been cases where where you would have, paid them back, or you would have done them again. So they would have reshared it. Again, you would have, shared the reviews back. That would have got you more referrals. So that had also been equally the cases.
Okay, so since you run your business, the other medium that you mentioned is also mails. I wanted to ask you this. So customer support is usually mails. So we usually send an email to the support ID that's mentioned, and then we get a email or custom email back, or we wait for a reply from the team to get back. So do you think Instagram is bridging that by giving this instant option where I can go just see the DM? I can reply and tell
because
them.
people's mindset is where they see email as a very professional connect. This is Instagram is more of how you WhatsApp your friend.
True.
So that again gives you a emotional connect to the brand or the person behind it. So maybe from a piece or a customer perspective, if I am say trying to buy a t-shirt from Raghav, I would, rather than email, I would drop him a DM on Instagram. That would be very easy for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm a bit old school in this, in the sense that I get a DM, but I think replying to a DM rather than calling is time consuming. That is, if I have a customer inquiring about something, I'd rather, I have a team of people, I'd rather get their phone number through the DM and just call them up and ask what is wrong or whatever they need to know. That has been easier for me.
Okay.
Because, and again, if you get a DM from a customer, and if the brand calls you themselves, that is kind of that gives the customer
Trust,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a person there, I can guarantee, and I
Exactly.
can.
yeah, so that kind of surprises them as well in a good way. So if I get say I am a customer and I send someone a DM saying this t-shirt is not what I thought it was, maybe the color different or whatever, and if the brand calls me and like, what is the problem, can you tell us, and we can get it sorted out. So that gives a trust thing, and they'll be like, okay, they'll be even more pleasant.
True. I think they'll also tone down a frustrated customer or an angry customer. So I think when we speak to them, I think we've already achieved like 50% of what we
Yeah.
came to do.
But then again, it depends on the number of messages you get. If you get, like they said, 200, 300 messages with inquiries or whatever, I don't think you'd be able to call all 200 people back. But as long as your product is delivering whatever they thought it was, and as long as you live up to your end of the things, I think the customer inquiries or grievances would be less. and it's easier for you to interact with them. So if you get the operations and the products and the admin part of stuff right, I don't think your customer inquiries or grievances would be less. As long as, see, for example, I have a website, no one is going to ask me how to purchase, so they'll go to the site, and if the site has the written policies or shipping details or whatever, everything intact, there's minimal interaction. You don't really have to interact with the customer unless and until it's a genuine feedback or an inquiry or whatever. So if you keep that interaction minimal, in the sense that you, like he said, you don't have to assign 4 or 5 people to be hands on that. So for me, it has been the old school way of calling them up and putting an end to the issue right away.
Okay. But I think as we scale up, you'll have to find an alternative to that.
I think I'll have more customer experience. I mean, I don't know. It's worked for me, and people have told me that it's so nice of you to give me a call back and talk to me about it. I did not know. Sometimes the messages are confusing. Sometimes, honestly, people are not able to communicate what they feel exactly on messages. So it's easier for us to
Okay.
give us a call and ask them.
So from the customer's point of view, they feel they have more power in Instagram compared to other platforms. A Google review can make or break a business, but not as much as Instagram comment would do at this era right now. Because we are bound to reply immediately to the comments, and it's a good thing for the customers also. Let's say I'm a customer, I don't want to give my WhatsApp number, and mail is too formal. Brands will love mails because it's easy to create ticket, mark people and stuffs. But I don't want to give my mobile number, or at the same time I'm asking the brand to be more accountable. Instagram DM and Instagram comments is more. But from a brand's perspective, especially from a small business, it is at times it can be very overwhelming to know this thing. When it is painted in a way that this brand will delay or no don't deliver the product as promised, then it is very hard to change that perspective in the Instagram. But customer will feel very empowered when it comes to Instagram.
Okay.
So that's how I have also interacted with the other brands. I must have mailed or texted. I wouldn't have got a response. Instagram comment or DM would give the solution very fast.
I think that instant thing is also very important.
Correct.
So if I DM, I know that instantly I'm going to get a person who's behind the brand, going to answer my query and get it resolved. It's very true.
So we have a customer care team to handle everything, but initially I used to do everything. So after checking out the Instagram page, they know who's the owner. They know that our intention is not to cheat them. So they will not be in that aggressive mood to go and bash out in the comment section or in a Google review, because they chose to buy after checking everything about the brand. So they know the intention. We have to understand, and we should have that empathy to respond to the customer because they have spent their money on us. So responding immediately, more than like general order inquiry, we have to concentrate more on these kind of inquiries. So that's what I have trained to my people. For example, if someone is ready to buy, but someone has already faced some issues, you have to prioritize this thing first, then that thing.
Okay.
So responding in a minute is really helpful.
In my perspective, instead of calls, if something is not getting clarified, then definitely you need to get on a call. But from the customer support executive's perspective also, from the customer's perspective, they might mishear something or misunderstand something. If it is on record on text, then everybody can refer back to the particular text and say this is what we have committed, or
Right.
vice versa.
I think that's one reason why emails used to work. Like you said,
Correct.
brands love emails even now because we have a reference points to go and see what has really happened. But now I think with the call and the Insta DMs coming in, I think we are narrowing it down.
It's
becoming
it's a midway. The brands love text or based or record based this thing, because let's say if a customer must have asked for something and we must have delivered it exactly, but they might have changed their opinions. But we can't actually. There is a restriction that we can't share the exact voice recording with them to prove that we are right. But we can do that with mail or Instagram DMs. It's empowering both sides, but more for the customers at this point.
Has its own advantages and disadvantages. Yes. I think that was a really good discussion that we had about Instagram. I think people would definitely get an idea about how businesses run on Instagram and how they can leverage it, to get their sales going. Okay, so with that, the good news is we've come to the end of the session.
Oh,
Okay. I hope that was true, Raghav.
right
Yeah.
from my heart.
Okay, I'll believe that. Okay, so moving on. So, okay, before we wrap up and move to the rapid fire round that we have, I would like each one of you to give like a one line description or a one line intro to your business so that our audience also gets to know about your businesses. Yeah, sure. So, we'll start with Keshav.
So we are from Lee Gifts and Letters. We do personalized and customized gifts, and Lee Gifts and Letters is our Instagram handle.
Hi, I'm Raghav. I'm the founder of Angi Clothing. So we are a clothing brand, basically a streetwear brand, drawing inspiration from Tamil folklore, culture, and literature, and we put all those as a contemporarized graphic prints on clothes. So yeah, our Instagram ID is at Angi Clothing, ANGICLOTHING. Thank you.
So we have two brands, Lee Gifts and Letters, that Keshav said we do personalized and customized gifts. And we have one more brand, Pie by Lee Gifts. We curate return gifts for all the occasion. And we do live wedding painting. We are the first one to do the live wedding painting in Tamil Nadu. And we do wedding events to engage guests. Get touch of tradition. Our Instagram handles Pie Get Started.
Hi, Subiksha here. I'm the artist and founder behind Crinkler Art. So I take up art-related commissions, be it mostly on doodle or mandala based. And I also take up wall murals, commissions related to artwork. So you can reach me out at the rate of Crinkler, _Crinkler Art.
So now I think we've come to the rapid fire session, which we call as the bot blast. Okay, so it will be rapid, fast, instant. So we've talked about instant communication. Now I want instant answers. Okay, so we'll start with the first question. Can you show us your Instagram screen time? Who'll go first? Raghav, come on. 3 hours, 55 minutes.
50 minutes.
3 hours, 55 minutes.
54 minutes.
30 minutes.
Wow, okay, you're the winner. If you're starting your Instagram business today, what would you do first?
I'll start with the storytelling part from the day one because
Yeah.
there had been a lot of confusion since we started. So, establishing the niche of the storytelling would be ideal. And also having a clear highlights basically, what they can actually expect from the page. So that would be easy for people to understand what they get from the page.
Nice. Raghav.
I will have 4 to 5 different sorts of content and I'll keep posting it every day. Come what may, I'll be consistent for at least 6, 7, 8 months and then I'll think about the rest from then. So,
Okay. Madhi?
Find out my niche and plan my content at least for 20 days.
Okay.
So that I can be able to post 2 reels a day and engage my audience. That's very good actually.
Okay. Keshav?
So if I'm starting with all the knowledge that I have learned in the last few years, definitely I will start spending on the ads or tools which is giving good results from the day one. So instead of waiting for all the organic thing to start.
Nice. Okay. Okay, what's an annoying aspect or annoying challenge in running an Instagram business?
The algorithm itself.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Instagram algorithm and fake inquiries and bargain hunters and the trend which keeps changing. We have to run behind the trends to be like relatable to the audience. So we can't be old school and say that I will post only the same content every day. We have to run behind the trend. That's really challenging.
Okay.
spending 3 hours, 55 minutes on Instagram.
I get annoyed more because of this one thing, to be labeled as an Instagram based business. So since a lot of similar businesses or since it's so easy, people can easily start thing, and they might not even have their own images or content. They will pirate it from somebody else's page, and people judge us in the same plane. So the label itself is annoying for me.
Any secrets you have figured out on Instagram that many are not aware of? A hack or a
It's not a hack, posting every single day and storytelling method.
Okay.
That works really good actually.
so two hacks.
Sharing your post in stories will also help you get good reach. Story engagement works better than the normal carousel post. And also on the opinion comments, basically. That's more of like soft selling magic that we do to people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, being consistent and kind of knowing what is clicking and what is not, and if something is doing well, you'll have to keep doing that multiple folds.
I would say multiplying the number of content. So we think posting once a day or twice a day is a good thing. So right now, as we are speaking, in this last 3-4 months, Instagram is not working that way. If you can post 100 videos in a day, it is going to positively impact if the content is good. And don't wait for perfection. So you can't be perfect, or Instagram is actually not working that great for perfect videos or perfect content. So be as natural as you can, and try to repurpose as many videos or content as you can.
Okay, so the last question. Personally, I also want to know the answer. Do hashtags really work?
Actually, we don't use hashtags.
A 50% of, or at least contributing the hashtags works for me right now.
If the aim is to make the content viral, I don't think it makes any difference.
Hashtag is not working as it used to be, because earlier when Instagram is very new, Instagram needed hashtags to crawl and find the best results. Now that since people have started misusing it, as Subiksha mentioned, so Instagram is not referring to hashtags for any crawling method or anything. It's just, but in a way, it is helping the AI which Meta has launched right now. It is helping them to find the correct keyword. Only if you use the correct keyword. If you are using wrong hashtags, it will basically reduce your ranking, or it won't even display your post. So it is going to get penalized if you use wrong hashtags. So it's best if you don't use hashtag. That's what we are following. We are not using any hashtag.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It was great fun. Thank you.
Thank you.